said that Europe is at risk of breaking apart, but you would like to rectify that.
Well, yes, I basically summed up my views very concisely, but I did overstate slightly the danger facing the European Union, namely that it's facing disintegration. And that was a slight exaggeration because neither Putin nor China want the Europe to disintegrate. Each have their own reasons. China needs Europe as a market. Putin needs Europe to provide the capacity to produce something, because the Putin regime is only capable of exploiting natural resources. They can't produce, and they need Europe to provide that capacity. So that's therefore, Europe is not going to disintegrate.
What can Europe do in this new world order at a time where Europe is very fragile?
Yeah. Well, Europe is in a European Union is in a process of disintegration. Brexit last year was a disaster with Brexit and other elections, the Italian election and so on. Europe is, as I say, in the process of this disintegration, and it needs to be reversed. It's not going to be easy. A lot of things have to go right, but we must make an effort to preserve the European Union in order to thoroughly reinvent it, because the fact is that the EU has become dysfunctional because it is governed by laws which are not appropriate to the current circumstances. They were defined in the Maastricht Treaty, and different conditions, those conditions that prevailed then no longer prevail, particularly after the financial crisis of 2008. But the treaties can't be changed because the treaty change has to be approved by referenda, and the last referenda were defeated in France and the Netherlands, and therefore the treaty change has become impossible. And therefore you have to find ways, roundabout ways, to change the laws, find some loophole. And it takes a lot of effort to do that, and we are now in the hands of the lawyers who find these loopholes, and that makes the functioning of the EU increasingly cumbersome, and as a result, action is very slow and very inadequate. So this can't continue like this. One has to recognize that the European Union has become too complicated, and people are alienated and the anti-European parties and movements are gathering force, and things look very bleak.